After the call ended, Kelly stood there quietly trying to understand what was going on. What exactly happened between my mentor and Kevin? This was the biggest question in her mind at the moment. It seemed to Kelly that Kevin had stepped forward several times during various crises, and she understood how valuable a power pill was. Kevin had actually given her 2 of them and would have given her more, but apparently not for her mentor. But why was her mentor saying so many horrible things about Kevin? Meanwhile, Kevin had just gotten back from Professor Murdoch's office. Several students were whispering to each other and looking at him furtively. "What's going on?" Kevin scratched the back of his head and wondered what was up. It seemed that all of his classmates were giving him the once-over, and it made him feel a little uncomfortable.
"Get over here quick, Kevin."
Dalton was a little anxious. "What's going on here?" Kevin frowned as he sat down next to his friend.
"You should see this. I didn't know you had so much luck with the ladies."
Dalton handed Kevin his phone and showed him the photo on the screen. Kevin was stunned by what he saw. There was a photo of a man and a woman standing very close to each other. The way they were positioned, they seemed to be a loving couple about to kiss. The woman was very beautiful, and you could tell by her clothing that she wasn't an ordinary person. But the man in the photo was obviously Kevin. Standing next to the couple, you could clearly see Penny Sutherland. Kevin could tell that the photo had been taken at Brenda's beauty salon, and it had somehow been posted on the school's website. "So, Kevin, it looks like you're a real ladies' man. Impressive. I didn't know you had it in you," Lionel joked.
"Hey, Kevin, who's the woman in the photo? How do you know each other? Give us all the gory details."
Luther followed suit.
"It must be photoshopped or something. Otherwise, I don't know how you could ever get a woman to look like that."
Mike couldn't help opening his big mouth and joining in the fun at Kevin's expense. All of Kevin's classmates started whispering to each other and pointing at him.
"Are you asking for it?"
Dalton rolled up his sleeves as he glared angrily at Mike. Kevin didn't care what any of those thought. He looked over at Penny, who was also puzzled by the photo. Kevin was trying to figure out who could have taken the photo and then posted it. Needless to say, he was completely innocent, but aside from Penny, the only people there that day were her friends. It must have been posted through Penny's account. Because Kevin hadn't spoken up and because the whole class was watching, Mike got some of his confidence back.
"What do you mean, Dalton? Kevin doesn't seem to be denying it, so it must be true. Do you know what else is true? If you don't shut up, I'm gonna knock out all of your teeth and put them in my pocket."
Dalton had enough of Mike's bullying. His temper flared and his fists looked like giant hammers, ready to pound Mike through the floor. All of a sudden, Mike lost his confidence and sat back down. He was in no mood to face Dalton. "Can you explain this to me, Penny?" Kevin managed to ask her calmly, but he was getting angry at Mike and his friends, and he resisted the impulse to flatten them. "Would you believe me if I told you I have no idea what's going on?" Penny looked genuinely upset. "Well, if it wasn't you, it must be one of your friends." Kevin had a ferocious look in his eyes. "I really don't know who it was, but I'll find out." Penny got up and quickly walked out of the classroom. It seemed that she didn't want to continue talking to Kevin about it. But then Kevin realized he'd better go find Lily before she saw the photo. When Kevin got back to the classroom from Professor Murdoch's office, everyone was giving him funny looks. He found out that someone had posted a photo of him in one of Penny's friends on the school's website. Penny had no idea who'd done it. Dalton had calmed down and was no longer going to pound Mike into the floor, but he was very concerned that Kevin's marriage would be ruined by the scandalous photo. He whispered to his buddy,
"Kevin, if your wife sees that photo, you'll be in big trouble. I think you should go see her right after class."
Kevin nodded his head and quickly left the classroom. He didn't know what Lily would think when she saw that picture. His temper flared as soon as he got to the door of Lily's classroom. Frank Carter, who had nearly started a fight with Kevin on the martial arts training field, was harassing Lily, holding her hand and smiling. "Carter, what's the matter with you? How dare you come onto my wife?" Kevin roared angrily as he flew over to him and punched him in the chest. sending him sprawling on the floor. "Honey!" Lily immediately ran over to Kevin and gave him a tight hug. "Don't you care that she's married?" Kevin glared at Carter, who was getting up from the floor. "What kind of teacher are you?"
"You've got some nerve hitting me. As Lily's teacher, I have to look out for her welfare."
Carter rubbed his chest where Kevin had punched him and said,
"The only reason I didn't wipe the floor with you last time was that Professor Murdoch was watching. Do you want to try again today?"
"It's a good thing for you that the professor showed up last time. You'd have gotten the beating of your life." Kevin wasn't afraid of Carter at all. His eyes burned right through him.
"You're such a If you were looking for trouble, you found it," Carter sneered.
He put up his fists ready to fight. "I think you've made a mistake. It looks like the trouble's found you," Kevin replied sarcastically.
"You're dead meat."
More and more students were watching them, and the corridor outside the classroom was packed. One of them called out, "Look, Lily's husband is challenging Mr. Carter to a fight." They knew that Carter was a well-trained martial artist and they expected him to win hands down. The noise in the hallway was deafening as the students got excited about the confrontation. They were acting like the crowd at a wrestling match. Seeing that things were getting worse, Lily stepped in front of Kevin and tried to calm things down. "Mr. Carter, my husband didn't mean to upset you. Please don't be angry with him. Can you let him go this time?"
"Lily, your husband was incredibly disrespectful to me. School regulations forbid students to fight, especially against faculty. Everyone saw Kevin strike me first. No court in the land would convict me for defending myself."
Carter's eyes fixed on Kevin, and the more he looked, the more angry he got. "Mr. Carter, my husband can be impulsive sometimes." Lily was very happy that Kevin was willing to fight for her, but she didn't want him to do battle with someone as dangerous as Frank Carter. If Kevin got beaten up by him, he might be scarred for life. But Kevin was really angry with Carter. "I'm not impulsive. If you're a real man, you'll fight with me out on the martial arts field right this second. This has to be settled once and for all." Kevin was trying to goad Carter into fighting with him so he'd stop hitting on Lily. "Kevin, what the heck are you doing? How can you win against Mr. Carter?" Lily was really worried that her husband would get seriously injured. The students who were watching them started to laugh and mocked Kevin.
"This is really bitten off more than he could chew,"
one of them shouted. They all thought that Carter would take Kevin out with one punch, but they still wanted to watch. Carter got a bloodthirsty look in his eyes.
"One thing's for sure, you're good at bragging. Nobody's talked like this to me in years."
Without waiting for Kevin to answer, Carter accepted his challenge.
"Since you want to get beaten up, I'll be happy to oblige. Let's meet on the martial arts training ground. Don't be afraid to come."
Then Carter turned around and strode out of the building. "Honey, what are you doing? This is the school for healing arts. You can't do something like this here." Lily anxiously advised Kevin to call it off. "Listen to me, please. Just head back to your class, okay? As long as Professor Murdoch is on your side, Carter won't dare to do anything to you."
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.